If you're thinking about starting a Teachers Pay Teachers store, first of all, congratulations. Secondly, you're probably wondering a lot of those things. Things like, how do you get started and what do you need to do? And one of the most important parts is, how much is it going to cost? Now, how much your TPT store costs you when you first start out really and truly depends on whether you choose to become a basic seller or a premium seller. There's a couple of differences between the two things, and actually this has changed recently in 2024, so if you've watched like a previous video, this is going to be more updated. Which one you pick is going to affect how much money that you get out, and it's also going to affect how much money you need to get started. So let's talk through some of the differences between the two different levels of membership on TPT and which one might be the best option for you. If you're here because you're new to TPT, hi, my name is Becca. I'm a full-time elementary music teacher and I do TPT on the side. I have done this for years, and the last couple of years I have made 6 figures every single year, and it has truly changed my life, and I've been sharing everything I have learned with you here on this YouTube channel. So make sure you hit subscribe so you don't miss any videos, and go check out my old ones because there's a lot of stuff in there that you don't want to miss. What are we doing? TPT has 2 different membership types. One is the basic seller. The other one is the premium seller. Neither of them are free, so do keep that in mind as we go through this, but let's talk about some of the differences. With the basic seller, it is $29. Oh, my mom always taught me to round those up, so $30, and it's a one-time fee. So you don't pay that annually, you don't pay it monthly, it's just the one time of $30. If you do end up upgrading later to the premium seller, which we'll talk about in a second, they do apply that one-time fee to your first payment, but it's just a one-time fee and that's it. So $29 US, one time, non-refundable. With your basic seller, you get 55% of all sales minus a 30-cent transaction fee. Let's do some math. I don't have a pen or my phone, so this math is not gonna be very good because your girl always shows her work. You're welcome, math teachers. So if you have a $3 resource, actually let's do it this way. If you have a $2 resource, you get 55% of that. Oh, let me go and need a calculator. Please hold. So if you have a $2 resource and you get 55%, that is $1.10 minus the 30-cent transaction fee, which means you get 80 cents. The reason I started with this is because I actually started as a basic seller way back when, and we'll talk about that in a second. But my first resource was $2, and the first time I sold it, I got 80 cents. And I was like, no, because if you're getting 80 cents, that means TPT is making more money than you are. Okay. So I always price pretty much all my resources, with a few exceptions, at $3, which we'll talk about again in a second. So if you have a $3 resource, you get 55%, which is 1.65, minus that 30-cent transaction fee. So you get $1.35, which means TPT is still making more money. Your $5 resource would make you $2.45. Let's write all these down. And your $10 resource is going to make you $5.20. So that's all of the payout situation. You also do not get access to some of the premium features and marketing tools. So things like creating custom UTM codes so that you can track where your different sales are coming from. And there's a couple of other things that are premium features that you don't get access to as a basic seller. The premium seller is $59.95 a year, so $60 every year. And you make 80% of your sales. So when you sell a product, you get to keep 80% of that. And your transaction fee is only 15 cents, and it's only if the cart total is less than $3. So if your resource is $2 and they bought just that, then you'll pay that 15 cents. If your resource was $2, but they also bought a $3 resource, even if it was from somebody else, now that cart value is over $3, so you don't have to pay that 15 cents. So do bear that in mind. So let's assume that your products that you're selling, to compare to your other ones, are only like the only thing being sold at a time. So your $2 resource would make you $1.45, instead of that 80 cents that we had before. Your $3 resource is going to make you $2.40, and you don't have to pay that transaction fee because now it's over that cart value of $3. Your $5 resource is going to make you $4, and your $10 resource is going to make you $8. So you're doing a lot better as a premium seller than you would be as a basic seller based on that. You also get access to those premium marketing features and tools like I mentioned before. So how do you decide which one is better? Now, I'm not going to lie. It used to be different. There used to be a free version and a paid version. And when there was a free version and paid version, I was a lot more on the fence about which one was better. Because frankly, it just kind of depends on, you know, all the different factors. Do you have $60 that you can spend on this and different things like that? But now I have an opinion. Now that you have to pay $30 regardless, just pay the $60. Y'all, unless you really truly do not have $60 to your name, just go ahead and pay the $60. Because if you're paying $60, that means you're going to get a lot more of your money than you would be if you were getting that $30. And yes, you have to renew it after a year, but y'all, $60 is $5 a month. If you can sell $5 a month, so 2 $3 resources or one $10 resource, then a month, then you're going to cover the cost that it's going to take to get that premium membership for next year. So just go ahead and do it. It's so much more money, and especially because you would already be putting up the $30 for the basic membership, just go ahead and put up the $60 and get the whole thing. I promise it'll be worth it. It'll be so much more worth it. Now, as you're going through, I would save money for next year's, but honestly, if you're working at this at all, if you're trying at all, you should be able to make $60 in the next year. So I would highly recommend that whichever one you choose, you go with the premium seller. This is super important. And actually, I just asked the other day on Instagram on my Instagram, I said, it's becca.e.davis, by the way. I said, hey, what would you say to someone who is a new seller? And more than one person said, upgrade to the premium membership. It's so worth it. And those were people who did it when the basic membership was free. Go ahead and do the premium membership. Go ahead and do that upgrade. It's going to be a lot more worth your time. You're going to get a lot more money in the long run, and it's going to be a lot better. So I will leave a link to like TPTs and more information about the membership so that you can see all the different things, but that's kind of the gist of it. If you're new around here and you made it all the way to the end of the video, make sure you hit subscribe because I talk all things TPT here and I have a lot of videos, so you will be in good hands. You've got lots of stuff that you can check out and lots more coming, so hit the subscribe button, hit the bell button so you get notifications, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.